Well, everybody, welcome back to the Firahs podcast. This is the podcast where I talk my shit, have a little bit of fun, and get into some good conversation. This is now take two. Some people decided to let me know that they wanted to pull up during the podcast and told me to edit it out, but I did not see that part, so I'll cut the whole thing. So we started again. For anybody who has been wondering why there wasn't a podcast last week, your boy has been sick. From having a cold to bellyache issues to yada yada yada. Man caught the bug and the bug did not say goodbye for a goddamn long time. But anyway, we're back, we're cooking, we're feeling fresh. Not really, I still got a little bit of a bellyache, but we move because I can't go 2 weeks without dropping the content. You feel me? So we're back in the streets. Other announcement I want to make, Twitch is going to be something that I'll be doing on a regular basis. We will be going live on Twitch every time I do a solo episodes. So all solo episodes will still be podcast format on Twitch as well, in IRL. So yeah, I'm going to be putting down all the Twitch and how you can find me on there and yada 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 once everything is set up ready to go. Just getting some equipment together to be able to give us the best quality content that we can. Also, I'm moving away from doing a lot of radio, so a lot of my interviews will now be on my podcast, Twitch, etc. So you stay locked in for that. I got Abel Miller pulling up on Monday, so that should be vibes. Stay locked in for those ones. It's gonna be crazy, It's gonna be crazy. And yeah, man, that's the end of the update for your boy Firahs. So anyways, man, let's get into some conversation. The reason why we're here, the reason why I'm having some fun. I normally talk about what drink I'll be having. I guess I got a pretend Corona, since I got a Corona glass in my hand. Nice little drink there. So, afrobeats. I'll have a little conversation to do with afrobeats. Afrobeats is an interesting situation right now. A lot of people have been talking about where afrobeats is at this moment of time. You know, we've seen the successes of Burna Boy, Thames, Rima. A lot of us. Obviously, you got the WizKids, the Davidos of this world. There's been a lot of conversation surrounding, the successes of those artists. What's up, babe? Why are you opening the door, babe?
I panicked thinking that I hadn't actually pressed record.
Have you?
Yeah.
Okay. For a second, I thought it might not be recorded. Are you sure?
Yes.
Oh, it does record it. Yeah? Okay. So let's get. Sorry about that, guys. Apparently, you might not even be recorded, but we're cool. So yeah, I want to talk about Afrobeat scene, and I think it's a conversation that's really interesting right now. A lot of people, like I said, have been seeing the successes of Burna Boy, Rima, Thames, like I said before, WizKids and Davidos, and are having almost like a comparison to the US market. Now the interesting thing is, when it comes to the streaming service, the streaming era has really changed the game for Afrobeats, I believe, because a lot of people now have access to streaming the music, whereas before, a lot of people didn't have access to, I would say, essentially purchasing music. They probably did, but obviously not the same amount of funds as other people around the world. Now, the interesting thing is that Nigeria's population alone in Africa is just under 213 million. US is around 333 million. Now, when you're looking at that, Nigeria as one country is almost taking out the US as a full-on state, so full-on country. So it's interesting where US artists are at, because I feel like US artists don't tackle the African market as much as they should do. I'll even go as far to say they don't really tackle the rest of the world as they should do. You look at people, African artists, the Latino scene. As soon as they pop, the first thing they do is they branch out ASAP. UK artists try to do this as well. Not with as much success, but we try to do the same thing. As soon as we pop in our hood, we out. US artists, they just don't really do that, So like the US artists, I think they still live in. If I make it in the US, I don't really need to go anywhere else, which is fair enough. I'm not telling you that you have to, but I think Afrobeats is an interesting place, and I think Afrobeats is here to stay. Now, when you're looking like Burna Boy selling, bro. Burna Boy is doing arena stadiums. You feel me? Big, 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 big bloody tours, fam. And I ain't even saying just Burna Boy. I think a lot of Afrobeat artists can do bigger tours than US artists, and that's a fact. Like Burna Boy obviously gets spoken about a lot because he's kind of like the number one Afrobeat artist right now, really doing his thing at the moment, compared to obviously other artists in terms of just like the caliber that he's in. And I think it's very interesting watching where Afrobeat is going right now because in terms of worldwide, in terms of TikTok, in terms of the movement, in terms of how many people wants to get involved, you could argue it is the number one genre right now. You could argue it's an argument for that. I mean, I saw a video of a Remus song being played, and wow, the audiences were singing. I think it was like a baseball match. They were singing it word for word. It's a random ass DJ playing the tune on some break thing, and everybody was singing it like it was a concert, but it was crazy. Um, it's just a testament to what Afrobeat is at the moment. Um, and again, like when it comes to tackling the international market, I think African artists do it very well. The Latino artists do it very well. That's a testament. If you look at people, I can't remember who is it. Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny. Whew, he's out here hitting Billboard like he lives in the US, bro. I mean, that should tell you something. You know what I mean? Like he's doing crazy numbers, and you gotta respect it. Um, but yeah, I just really wanted just to touch on a little bit about the Afrobeat scene. I think it's here to stay. I think dancehall can learn from the Afrobeat scene, in my personal opinion. Will they want to though? That's another conversation for another day. But anyways, another thing I want to talk about a little bit. So I'm gonna run through these like older topics fairly quickly because they're old. But Misfits boxing went on. I think this was like a week ago as well. How long I've been ill, bruh? Everything was old. But Misfit boxing, I don't really take them that serious. I think Misfit boxing, and this is where I kind of have an issue with Misfits boxing. I can't respect it. I can't respect it. I think it's cool for the money. I would do it for the money. Listen, if someone offered me 2-3 mil, or I don't know how much they pay these boxers yet, but if they offer me like, I'm not doing it for 100k. Offer me 100k, I'll get in a ring at Misfit boxing. But it's mediocre boxing. It's celebrity boxing at the end of the day, right? It's not actually boxing. Like, we've got to actually separate the word of boxing and celebrity boxing. I think it's come to the point now where I'm tired of people telling me they're fighters. No, nigga, you're a celebrity boxer. You're not a boxer. You feel me? You ain't fighting Anthony Joshua. You ain't calling up Tyson Fury. You get me? You're not even slapping up Floyd Mayweather, who's like 60 years old. Like, let's just get that into perspective. Yeah, you're not a boxer. You're just a dude that goes to the gym and decides to do a little bit of sparring on the side. That's basically what it is, man. That's not. Like, I know everybody wants to talk about, getting in the ring, that's so cool. Like, you got to respect man to get in the ring. Yeah. We get with that. But we're not giving them the title of a real boxer. You feel me? I'm not going to. Unless you're fighting real boxers that are like. Jake Paul gets a little bit of respect from me for that fight with Tommy Fury. He lost though, just saying. But he gets more respect than anybody. KSI can't get no respect, car. He ain't fought with no boxer, yeah. I don't know who that weird don is that he fought last time. He was supposed to be that real boxer gang, but nah, come on, man. We ain't talking about that. Anyways, also I want to say that Jake Paul events are much more better than a Misfit. Again, Misfit is just a bit of fun. Do you know what I mean? Like, Misfit is a bit of fun. It's not something where I'm waking up every morning and I really want to see a couple of YouTubers. And I think that's what it is. I think that's what it is with Misfit boxing. It's just a bunch of YouTubers coming together. You got YouTubers, TikTokers. Jake Paul's actually trying to get into the boxing thing, like on a proper thing. So I guess they're a bit more enjoyable, but that's what it's with. And they did some tag team thing. It was garbage. His name is Pinedo. Listen, I don't even fuck what his name is. But anyways, he was in a tag team thing. They did a boxing tag team. They must have think it's a WWE. I don't know what's going on. They did tag team boxing. I don't know what's going on in the streets. But they did some tag team boxing. Them man were tagging each other. I mean, listen, Pinado, whatever. Like he jumped in, did his thing. By the way, I'm not butchering that on purpose, Jenny. I don't want to. I don't know if I'm saying it correctly, so I don't apologize. But he, did a couple punches and then tagged Don did like 2-3 punches. The thing was done. Garbage. I can't even lie. Misfit boxing. KSI, like you're doing your thing. I respect it, but like, bro, like,
oh, my bad.
Get some better fights in there, man. That's all I'm saying. Anyways, so we're gonna talk about Will Smith and Chris Rock. Before I go into the whole thing, I'm trying to find a video so I can just play. I think by now everybody's heard what Chris Rock had to say. I mean, I think I'll be very weird if you haven't. I really thought I had it on here. Trying to find a video so I can play it quick time. Where's the video, man? But yeah, so anyways, what we're going to talk about. So Chris Rock obviously did a Netflix special. It was about an hour long, I think. They paid him like crazy amount of money. And he spoke on the Will Smith situation. So I'm going to play it before we... yeah, I think I found it. Oh, no, this is all parts in it, bloody. Ain't nobody got like the full video, bloody. Let me find it. I had the video as well, which is weird, man. But I don't know what I put it in. Also, I can find it on YouTube. So yeah, Chris Rock did a whole piece on Will Smith, gave him 5 minutes. Literally 5 minutes. It was a long 5 minutes. But anyway, here you go. Found the video. So let's play this thing. Hopefully this video plays.
Everybody fucking knows. Yes, it happened. I got smacked like a year ago. Fucking last week, I got smacked at the fucking Oscars by this motherfucker. And people like, did it hurt? It still hurts. I got summertime ringing in my ear. Fucking drums, please. But I'm not a victim, baby. You will never see me on Oprah or Gail crying. You will never see it. Never gonna happen. I couldn't believe it. And I love Men in Black. No. It's never gonna happen. No. Fuck that shit. I took that hit like Pacquiao, motherfucker. I took it like motherfucking Pacquiao, okay? Shit, man. Did it hurt? Yeah, motherfucker, it hurt. And people are, well, you guys are fighting all the time. We're not fighting. First of all, I know you can't tell on camera. Will Smith is significantly bigger than me. We're not the same size, okay? We're not. This guy, Will Smith does movies with his shirt off. You've never seen me do a movie with my shirt off. If I'm in a movie getting open heart surgery, I got on a sweater. Will Smith played Muhammad Ali in a movie. You think I auditioned for that part? He played Muhammad Ali. I played Pookie in New Jack City. Pookie, motherfucker. I played a piece of corn in Pootie Tang. See, even in animation, this motherfucker's bigger. I'm a zebra, he's a shark. What the fuck, man? But Will Smith practices selective outrage. Practices selective outrage. Because everybody knows what the fuck happened. Everybody that really knows I had nothing to do with that shit. I didn't have any entanglements. I did not have any entanglement. And then for people that don't know, and everybody knows, Wilson and his wife was fucking her son's friend, okay? Now, I normally would not talk about this shit. But for some reason, these niggas put that shit on the internet. I have no idea why two talented people would do something that fucking low down. What the fuck? We all been cheated on. Everybody in here have been cheated on. None of us have ever been interviewed by the person that cheated on us on television. None of us. It's like, hey, I was sucking somebody else's dick. How did that make you feel?
He's got a point there. I can't lie. He's got a point there.
Why the fuck would you do that shit? She hurt him way more than he hurt me, okay? Okay? And by the way, he does that shit. Everybody in the world called him a bitch. I tried to call the motherfucker and give him my condolences. He didn't pick up for me. Everybody called that man a bitch. Fucking Charlemagne called him a bitch. The Breakfast Club called him a bitch. And The View and The Talk and every rapper and the Drink Champs called him a fucking bitch. Everybody called him a bitch. They called his wife a predator. Everybody called him a bitch. Everybody. And who's he hit? Me. A nigga he know he could beat. That is some bitch ass shit. That's what the fuck happened, okay? The fuck out of here, man. The fuck? What the fuck? I do nothing to this motherfucker, okay? Whatever. Years ago, his wife said I should quit the Oscars. I shouldn't host because her man didn't get nominated for Emancipation. The biggest piece of shit ever. Okay? And then so the nigga gives me a fucking concussion. No, not Emancipation. I fucked up the joke. Concussion. She fucking said he should quit because Will didn't get nominated for concussion. What the fuck? What the fuck? So did I do some jokes about her? Who gives a fuck? That's how it is. She starts it, I finish it, okay? That's what the fuck happened. Nobody's picking on this bitch. She started this shit. Nobody was picking on her. No.
But anyways, yeah. So that's the Chris Rock situation. So you heard pretty much the whole 5-minute saga there. Interestingly, with me, when I listen to this, fam, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Chris Rock sounds hard. Like you know what I'm saying? Like, first of all, he even fucked up the joke. I don't know if you've looked there. He fucked up the whole concussion joke thing, yeah. They cut it out. Obviously, on the live thing, you see the fuck up. But on the edited version, they actually edited the mistake out. Chris Rock sounds hurt, man. Apparently don't know why, but he just sounds a bit hurt. Like, you know, it's not like he's talking from the heart or something. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the jokes aren't really hitting. They weren't really jokes. They was just like, yeah, it's cool. I mean, it's kind of funny, but you know what I mean? It was a bit like somebody going on stage and ranting about their girlfriend for like 20 minutes, and like, you know, they're like very emotional about their girl leaving them or something, and then they just go on the fucking comedy stage and then bust jokes about it, when in reality they're really hurting. You know what I mean? That's what it kind of sounded like. Personally, for me, listen, the Chris Rock situation is a funny one. We waited a whole year to hear anything to do with like how he feels about the whole Will Smith thing. I think I've seen bits and parts about ish, but he hasn't really said nothing. Obviously, because Netflix gave him the bag and probably told him, listen, we want you to address Will Smith on our Netflix special. So he probably was told to do that, and he did. Personally, for me, listen, I just don't really see. I don't know. I just don't really feel like we heard much about anything. I feel like everything he said was kind of what we knew, anyways. He didn't really say nothing new, nothing fresh. He didn't really give us a whole new blockbuster story. It was, we could have all guessed this whole story, anyways. Like, he didn't say anything fresh. So I don't know. I don't really see what the point of me waiting a year was to hear that. It wasn't that special. On the Will Smith front, listen, Will Smith is going to move on anyway. Apparently, he's getting paid 25 million for Bad Boys 4, and he's getting paid another 25 million for another movie. 50 million in total. He's laughing to the bag. Chris Rock is laughing to the bag. I don't know. Listen, for me personally, Jada is the one that needs to be put on some fucking watching. I don't know, but Jada's the reason all this shit's going on anyway. So, but anyways, man, listen, I couldn't give a shit, to be honest with you. I just don't really think anyone cares that much. I was quite disappointed by what Chris Rock had to come out with. I expected a lot more, and for that reason only, I just don't really have much to say about it. I can't lie to you. Also, it's a bit long now. Like, it's been like 2 weeks. I feel like everybody said what they had to say on the situation. I don't really need to chime in too much on it. It's what happens when you've been ill for a long time. But I want to talk a little bit about Central C. Central C performing at Rolling Loud. I believe it was the first UK artist to perform at Rolling Loud. I don't know. I tried to Google it. I couldn't find anything. So I'm going to go with that. If I'm wrong, let me know. He did like a half an hour set. It was dope to see a UK artist at Rolling Loud. It was pretty dope. And, big salute to Central C, man. I think it was a good look for the UK scene. And I'm really happy to see somebody from the UK hip hop scene, on that kind of platform doing that thing, man. So big salute to Central C, man. We respect it still. Creed 3 earns 100.3 million worldwide opening weekend. We expected that. Obviously, Creed 3's been out now for a little while. Everybody go check it out. I haven't actually seen it, but I heard it's a good film. If you like Creed 3, you should go and watch that. Literally, I'm going through the topics now because a lot of these topics are getting a bit old. But one talk I want to talk about my Fredo, man. Fredo, man. Fredo, man. Listen, man. We got UK artists out here putting in the work. You feel me? I don't know what's going on in these streets, man. But Fredo, you got to talk for the culture, man, because your response was weak as fuck. But anyways, man, listen, Fredo out here getting exposed by some ting from the States. I ain't even gonna go any further, man. Let's play the video. Yeah, man, you don't let me know what you're thinking, man. But anyway, this chick from the States is claiming a lot, claiming that he was spending 50K a night. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, let's hear. Let me play the video, man. I'll play the video, I'll play the response, and we'll give a little commentary. Let's get into it.
I've only ever been DM'd by one rapper, and I know I fumbled that shit like crazy by letting my Instagram know that we were having conversation.
With who?
Fredo from the UK.
Yo, I've never heard of him before. Fredo from the UK. Yo, how big is he?
He's pretty out there. You don't listen to UK music?
I listen to one, and there's this guy called Abracadabra. Dun 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 dun.
That's it?
Yeah, man. Yo, bro, Abracadabra is dope as hell.
Have music with fucking Dave.
Oh, I heard one song from Dave, and that's because he was on a track with Burna Boy called Locations.
Well, yeah. He
Wait though, so was he trying to holler at you, fly you out?
He offered to fly me out to fucking Greece in this $15,000 a night hotel, but I had charges and I didn't have a passport and I couldn't go. And we were having conversation for quite a bit. I had him on WhatsApp or whatever.
Damn.
And he basically hit me up and was like, "Oh, I seen you on the X videos thing," and he's like, "You're hot." He's like, "You seem like a freak, whatever. He's like, "I'm gonna fly you out," type shit. And then I posted a screenshot, and then people started DMing him, all the girls were DMing him and saying a bunch of shit, and then he just kind of stopped talking to me, and then the UK blogs were posting me and shit, and everyone's like, "Oh, you're a liar," this, that, and the third, and I'm like, "Oh, okay." Yeah, I don't cap on shit ever.
Damn, man, you could have had a rich ass husband by now, man. But you fumbled, man.
I fumbled it so fucking bad, and I regret that. I never again. Even now, I don't really like exposing guys because it's just
Why?
It's just I don't know, snitching, I guess, kind of, maybe.
Nah, It's definitely big snitching, right? Yo, but like, tell that 10-man obby story for like those people who haven't heard it yet.
But anyways, yeah, so that's some chick from the States, man. You know what I'm saying? She's talking about Fredo was gonna invite her into Greece, fly her in, 15K a night, you get me? Anyways, Fredo obviously had to respond. So let's play the Fredo response right now and then we'll get into the conversation.
Time again, yeah? It makes sense, man. Every 2 years, you know they're gonna try to play with me. Get me to say something crazy. Try to trick me out of my position, but nah, I ain't gonna do that. I'll fall for it. I'm a businessman. But what I will say is, come on, man, stop playing with me, man. Check the CV. I've never ever drove a lorry. Yo, I don't even know how to drive a lorry. Or a bus, or none of that. I like foreigns. Look. Brother, 15 bags a night. What's that? 15 bags of chips. Yo, I always get people messaging me like, yo, is this you? Someone pretends to be you. But come on, man. What the fuck? 15 bags a night. Bro, I ain't even brought my baby mom nowhere that costs 15 bags. I don't even know nowhere that costs 15 bags a night. How about that? And I'm known in the city from all the pretty girls as Dick and Disappointment. Double D, along with an Uber for dessert. Like, yep, time again, yeah?
First of all, yeah, I need to stop the cap. Like, the fact that he said, I don't know nothing that's 15K a night, you're capping, bro. Rich niggas know rich nigga shit, and rich niggas know rich nigga shit. Like, come on, man, that's not capping. Like, he's moving like he's in bloody Premier Inn with his chick. That's not capping, dog. No, listen. Rich millionaires act like rich millionaires, and you're a rapper. All you lot do is flex anyways, yeah? So don't act like you're in Premier Inn or some Airbnb, like, don't do that shit. So I don't know why Fredo's capping that hard. I don't know anything that's 15K a night. Why are you lying, dog? Bro. At least just say I ain't paying 15K a night for this shit. But to act like you don't know what 15... Nah, don't do that. But one thing I want to say as well, so this is why I believe this chick, and I think Fredo's just trying to shit. Like, first of all, I didn't even know she was an X videos. So this guy's really been banging his porn on a heavy thing, because, bruh, X videos, bruh, man really knows his chicks. She named a name that no one knows, fam. Listen, she's in America saying Fredo's name like he's popping in the street. Like, he ain't even popping in the street. You didn't even know who he was. You know what there normally when you're flexing on a guy who's trying to take me out, and it's a rapper, you're gonna say like you're not gonna say a name that's dead food. If that makes sense, right? Fredo ain't shit in the States. So she didn't come on there and say like 50 Cent or something like Fly Me. She said a name that no one knew, blood. So I know she ain't capping, dog. And apparently the reason why she fumbled the bag was because she spoke about it on Twitter or something like that. Oh, sorry, I think she was at Instagram Live, right? So, but Fredo. There's nothing wrong with liking a little bit of fluffy things, you know. I don't know why you're so embarrassed. Might as well screaming, I don't know how to drive lorries. I don't know how to drive buses. Nigga, it sounds like you're driving all them lorries and buses, bro, because, this chick came out talking about you. She ain't got a cap like that. Like, come on, bro. I know you're out here trying to play that you're this big dude and you only fuck with certain type of woman. I mean, you're a rapper. I can understand it. You feel like you have to be a certain type of dude that only can be seen with certain type of chick. Alright, cool. Whatever. Do your thing. But, bro, like, your capping is a lot worse than... Like, fam, you're Mr. Cap of all caps, bro. I'm wearing a cap. Should I take the cap off? Because, nigga, you might need my cap because you're just capping. I can't even believe it. Bro, just admit it, dog. You wanted this chick to come over. You wanted to whack it. There's nothing wrong with whacking a bigger chick. I don't even understand the stigma with this whole, like... I know bare niggas that be pretending that they don't like big things and then whack hella big things. Like, I see all the time. What's the problem? If she's a bigger thing, what's the problem? Listen. Chicks are chicks regardless of whether they're big, small, or skinny. Am I capping or not? As long as they satisfy your needs, what's the problem? I don't even understand why man them are too shook to even talk about the type of chick they're banging. Listen, if you want to bring a chick to the hotel and pay 15K and that, do your thing. But the fact that you're capping about it, I'm just going to par you, fam. Like, you just look like a waste man at this point. Like, for real, you look like a waste man. Like, you're fully running around making videos, 15K a night. You think man even knows what 15K is? Listen, I only do foreigns. Oh, shut up. I only do foreigns. Nigga, like, you might do a couple foreigns, but clearly, hey, listen, she's a foreign too, dog. She's from the States. Ain't that a foreigner? I don't know. Anyways, listen. Listen. Fredo, all I'm going to say is this, bro. If you don't want to admit to the woman that you're smashing, I don't know, fam. I just think it's funny that you're out here acting like you weren't trying to beat something. I know we're all making a joke that you're paying 15k a night for the chick. Okay, cool. You pay 15k a night for the hotel. Yeah. You're even talking about you wouldn't even pay 15k a night for your missus. Bro, where do you take your missus? Morley's? Come on, bro. Anyways, whatever, man. Fredo paying 15k a night for his lorry. How you man feel about that, man? Listen, Fredo. Hey, listen, man. You might need to teach some of these niggas how to drive lorries, fam, because that's what you're riding, cuz. You feel me? That's what you're riding, man. I want to talk a little bit about Joyner Lucas as well. Joyner Lucas dropped a freestyle. Devil's Work. Lyrics. I hope it's the second one. No, this is not the one. Devil's Work. Is it part 2? Part 2. Sorry, because I'm typing it like while I'm talking and shit, man. I think it was missing. Anyway, Devil's Work 2, lyrics genius. Here you go. One of my favorite raps of the year so far, honestly, is a dope freestyle. I've got the lyrics, so I don't know if I'm going to read the lyrics or nothing, but you know, I really just like the fact that he spoke on everything that's been going on, and a lot of things that's happened in the past, with George Floyd, Pop Smoke, Kobe Bryant, various other big topics, and I think Joyner Lucas is an interesting artist for me. He's an artist that I think isn't really appreciated enough, but needs to be appreciated now. We can all agree that he's got bars. Unfortunately for me, I think a lot of his songs just aren't hitting. When he does things like freestyles and all the other cool stuff, like being able to spit backwards from like, it's crazy. Like, Joyner Lucas is a master at that. But his songs just don't hit sometimes. I can't even, just don't hit. But yeah, I wanted to give him an honorable mention. Devil's Work 2, Joyner Lucas. Yeah, man, fuck it, I'm not reading any lyrics, but I want to go check it out. I'm going to see if I can find some bars that I liked, so I'm read it. So I'm going to read this bar right here. So let me start with, Dear Lord, I know that we've been here before. It's been a long time. I hope that you don't slam the door. I tried to walk away, but there's some shit I can't ignore. I could be wrong, but it seems like you don't even care no more. Cause since our last talk, you ain't playing fair no more. And when I pray, I kind of feel like you ain't there no more. I still don't understand why niggas who deserve to die is living. Jeez, 6ix9ine. But the ones who ain't deserve it isn't here no more. I know I don't want no one else to die. Instead of trading souls, I've got something else in mind. There's a lot of moments that I wish that I could change. I could fix a lot of pain if you help me out this time. Maybe we can undo all the damage. Press rewind, reset the clock and make it reset the clock and make it so some niggas never die, and maybe fix all the mistakes of all those who still alive and give them all a second try. Erase that Will Smith slap and turn him back around, or wait till they go backstage so they could have it out. Or maybe make it so that Chris chose a different joke, a different topic, something Jada won't be mad about. Listen, man. Chris Rock, man. I think that was a bar still. Matter of fact, let's talk about this shit I'm sad about. When Pop Smoke accidentally leaked the address out. Oh, man. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, I'm not going to talk more, man. But yeah, man. That's a bit about Joyner Lucas, man. I think that's a great tune. I'm going to give this... I wish I could play it, but I can't. Obviously, copyrighting that. I'm giving that tune a strong 8 out of 10 still. I can't live with that. Bad man tune. I want to talk about another one. TikTok. There's a TikTok lady out here. Don't know where I saved this video either. Let me double check. Hey, I should see if I got the video. But there's this girl who unfortunately has been getting like a lot of threats online Oh, the video's unavailable now.
Free music videos. You want to do one?
Sorry, my phone's out here playing damn on the video. But yeah, there's this chick out here who, basically, like, she's like a hijabi thing, does like videos, whatever, and she's been getting like hella threats. I don't actually need to play the video, to be honest. I can't even find it. But like, yeah, it's some hijabi chick. She does like reaction videos, and like a lot of these like basically like reaction videos, right? And obviously, people have found like her address, her home address. Like they found like where her daughters go to school, and all that kind of shit, right? And obviously, it's unfair on her that she has to go through that. I think it's sad to see that people fully just don't rate her because she's Muslim. For me personally, now I don't know how people find all this information anyway. I think that's crazy. But it's one of them ones where you just have to be careful what you do online, especially when you are going down this route of celebrity status, being very popular, whether that's on social media, whether that's in general. Because people will be able to find out information about you, because, you know, that's just what it is. People do research, people try to find out where you're at, and some people have the facilities and availability to be able to find information that they shouldn't be having. It's a really sad one. I hope she's doing alright. I hope she's, you know, being able to keep her family safe and so on. I just think people need to allow it, man. Like, why are people even out here trying to deal with that extra shit, man? It's a bit long still. But whatever, man. BBC, Gary Lineker will be back at Match of the Day this week, and after BBC decided to apologise. Now, for a lot of people who don't know, basically, if you do know about Match of the Day, go about football, you would have realised that last episode of Match of the Day wasn't Match of the Day. It was a highlight show with no sound or nothing. Everybody decided to walk away. So basically, Gary Lineker made like a little statement in regards to the immigration scene in the UK. Compared it to like the Nazis and all that. So they were like, alright, cool, nigga, you're out. Gary Lineker, alright, cool. They went apologize and you can stay. He was like, nah. Because they didn't apologize. And everybody, so as soon as he got set, everybody else walked out. Ian Wright, Michael Richards, Alex Scott, Alan Shearer, and then you got the commentators and broadcasters. Pretty much everyone left, even from the BBC Radio 5 Live, man, were leaving. They were like, nah, man, not coming into work until you sort out the situation with Gary Lineker or whatever, innit? Anyways, obviously BBC apologised. A big U-turn because the pussies couldn't keep the same energy. They apologised, and obviously now it's going to come back. Probably everybody else will come back. It is what it is, right? I think that one thing. See, BBC was willing, or not willing. When the whole World Cup was going on, they was down to talk about the Qatar World Cup, and you know, not even show the ceremony of the World Cup. Fully disrespecting the team, fully disrespecting another culture, and they were talking hella shit about whatever. Like, people are gonna say, oh, they weren't talking shit though. It was for whatever. Like, nigga, if you want to talk shit about another country, whatever, that's your business. But they were coming hard on, obviously, they're talking about human rights issues, which is a fair conversation. That's definitely a conversation to be having. Just don't talk about what they do when it comes to their rules and regulations in regards to same-sex marriages or couples. Like, all of this shit, like, this is what pisses me off as well. Like, all of this shit about, like, Muslims need to understand. It's not even it's not even a Muslim thing, it's a country thing, but they're Muslims, a Muslim country. Like, trying to force Muslims, or even any culture that doesn't agree with it, okay, it happens in Africa as well. Trying to force people to believe in something they don't believe in is the most dumbest thing I've ever heard in my entire life of living. Like, I don't understand why you're forcing man to believe in something they don't believe in. You can accept and be cool with it, but they're not going to believe it. So what's the point, right? The punishments may be extreme, but they don't believe in it. If somebody thinks something is bad within their culture, their punishments are going to be of the highest standard, right? Right? Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, we might not agree with their punishment, but to them, that's what they think is worthy of a punishment based on what they think is really wrong. Right? I'm not even talking out of touch. Listen, if I think stealing is really bad and I say, yeah, because you stole, I'm going to kill you, what's the problem? I mean, I'm just basing it on it's my country. Right? I'm not saying that the way that they deal with certain issues is correct. I mean, listen, I don't want to see anyone die because of a choice they made based on their sexual preference. I think that's wild. But what I'm trying to say is, regardless whether I think it's wild or not, it's the country's choice to pick a form of punishment. Just don't go there. I mean, I just don't understand what's so difficult. Don't pull up. Nigga, we had like Alice Scott and that all. Remember the World Cup, man, they were having like these rainbow coloured wristband, bruv. Bruv. Furthermore, no player kept the energy because they were all going to get yellow cards. And everybody pussied out anyways. You had Germany do a full-on protesting. Couldn't even win a game in the World Cup. I don't remember. Did they win? Maybe they won one game. That nigga didn't good. That nigga got knocked out quick. You got Alice Scott thinking that she's Queen Bee when she wasn't rolling with Putin not long ago. Like come on, man. Like she was the most hypocrite chick in the streets. Right. Anyway, I'm not even talking about Qatar. But my point is the BBC is only happy to discuss politics on another man's country, but when it's their own country, they don't want to hear it. And then furthermore, like the BBC's director, whatever he was, like he's out here giving 800k loans to Boris Johnson, like the BBC is basically the Conservative Party, and he like bruv. The BBC is butchered, anyways. Yeah. There's been talks that the BBC director, I forgot his name. I think it was like Richard Sam. Anyway, they've been told that he needs to step down. He ain't stepping down, apparently. Well, it doesn't look like it. Or if he is, I ain't seen it yet. But, like, listen, I don't understand why people don't like keeping the same energies in conversation. Look, if you want people to talk about another man's country, be prepared to talk about your own. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Another story. So this one is to do with the police department. So let me get this one story open. So more than 1,500 UK police officers accused of violence against women in 6 months. That's a huge figure. So let me read a little bit more. More than 1,500 police officers have been accused of violent offences against women and girls over a period of 6 months, and less than 1% have been sacked. Whereas, that's crazy. So to think that there's been 1,500 Mandan, or Galdan, looks like it's mainly Mandan though, being accused of violent offences against women and girls, and only 1% have been sacked. You know that 1,500, 1%. It's not even 20 people that's been sacked. That's crazy. Listen, the police industry just have power. And I don't know if you know about the police code, but it's basically the same as the street code. You don't snitch on each other, right? So there's probably been hella cases where man must watch a don do crazy shit. They ain't saying nothing because that's just how it runs. You don't snitch on the man. Am I surprised with this? No. Like, wasn't it like just a year ago or just under a year ago, maybe even longer than a year, that woman that got raped by that police officer in that Clapham or something like that, and then he buried her in that Kent or something? Like, bro, we see this all the time. I keep telling you, police officers are weird people, man. Especially if you're a woman working in the police force, you're gonna get sexually profiled, maybe even sexually assaulted. Definitely gonna have the laddie situation where they're talking about you in an inappropriate way. That's the culture of the police. A lot of these police officers as well have the old school mentality as well, which is why they're fairly racist as well. Like police are just very old school, and it's one of those things where I think we're getting to that point now where we hear a lot of stories about police officers and what's going on, but we don't really hear much about how they're fixing the issue or how they're dealing with these issues. And it's got to the point now for me where I'm at the point where I don't really care. Now I have a friend, doubt we're friends at this moment of time, but I know this dude that works for the police force, cool brother and all, but I don't know what man's on. You get me? Personally, I have no idea. And me, I'm one of them niggas is that I'm wary of niggas that are in those groups. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, because they'll be cool with you, but they roll with niggas that ain't cool with you. You get what I'm saying? So you never really fully know their true intentions when they're around you. Because they're only cool with you until they're not cool with you anymore. Because that's how I feel like they roll. So I don't know, man. Like, this whole police thing and woman thing needs to get sorted soon, because I just find it really sad that there's women out there who need police, who needs their help, but aren't safe around them. You get what I'm saying? So, I don't know, man. I think that shit is really sad. But let's get into another conversation, man. The Oscars. The Oscars was like 2 days ago. Today on film it is Wednesday the 15th of March. Oscars was on a Monday. Bloody hell, I thought I had a list open. Oh, that's what I say. Maybe I forgot to have a list. Oscars went on. I don't care too much about the Oscars, so I won't go into too much details on everything. But let's start with Best Picture. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once was the winner. But I don't even know what film that was. I need to watch that. But obviously we had Top Gun in there, Woman Talking. But yeah, I'm gonna go through that shit. Obviously, Best Actor was Brendan Fraser. Salute to you for The Whale. Again, I ain't even seen that movie, so I don't know if that was a good movie or not. We had Best Actress, Michelle Yeoh, the chick that played the angry woman in, is it Crazy Rich Asians? Hey, the angry mother. Loved her. Obviously, I don't care the Best Original Song. Best International Feature Film, don't really care. Best Supporting Actor, Ki Hu Kwan, you know what I'm saying? Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. I need to watch this movie, but it sounds like it must be lit. I ain't even seen that shit. Best Supporting Actress was Jamie Lee Curtis for Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. I'm telling you, that movie must have been lit. Best Director, Daniel Kwan. You guessed it. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. And Daniel Shiner for Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Movie must have been fire. We don't care about anything else, I don't think. Best original score, best documentary feature, live action short film, best adapted screenplay, best documentary. By the way, future best documentary entry will be for us in the building. Done. Best original screenplay, Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. But they had a very good year. Best visual effects, Avatar: The Way of Water. Avatar was a great movie, by the way. I actually enjoyed it. Best animated short film. Yeah, we don't care about that. Anyway, best animated. The Well won best makeup and hairstyle. Listen, that's the end of Oscars for me. Listen, I don't care about the Oscars. I don't really watch the Oscars. It was great to see Will Smith win last year, but you know, just slap end of that. I want to get into another story not to do with ITV News. It's not to do with ITV News. The story is on ITV News. I really wished I had like a woman's perspective for this conversation, because I feel like a men's opinion on it is very biased. But let's get into it right now. I'm going to play you the story, and then I will give you my opinion on it. So let's get into it.
This woman attacked herself with a hammer, claimed she'd been sold as a slave, and said she'd been forced to attend sex parties. She was just sentenced to 8.5 years in prison for it. Her name is Eleanor Williams, and she falsely claims that she had been abused by a grooming gang as well as by other innocent men. Her injuries were extensive in the photos, but turns out she'd actually used a hammer to inflict them on herself. The post led to demonstrations in her hometown, which even included a visit from the English Defence League founder, Tommy Robinson. Reports of hate crime in Barrow, where she lived, tripled. She'd already been charged with perverting the course of justice before she made the Facebook posts. She'd previously made false claimed. One of those men had only asked her for a light on the street. Another spent time in jail after her false claims, while she accused another of heading an international grooming gang and trafficking her and other girls across the country. She'd only met the man once. She even gave real names of the girls she said had also been victim of the grooming gang, all of which was fake. She also used different mobile phones and created fake accounts on Snapchat to give evidence to her lies. All three men said they tried to unalive themselves because of the accusations.
There is a risk that genuine victims will, as a result of this defendant's actions, feel deterred from reporting it.
This woman attacked herself with a hammer.
So basically, you have this woman here who basically beat herself up with a hammer. Claimed to have been forced to have sex parties. You know what I'm saying? Like, bruv, listen. Bruv, listen. She basically claimed that these niggas were fucking her up, taking her here and there, doing this and that. Like, you know, the one, all the things that will be wrong. She's basically claimed that this is what these people were doing now. So one of them was in jail, one of them was being G-checked. A lot of these people weren't having a good time. All I'm going to say is this. We're getting to this point where, and this is going to sound rude, a lot of women believe that they have so much power that they can just do this and get away with it. Now, I'm getting to this point where whenever I hear accusations, I don't know if I can just go straight in and be like, yeah, it's facts. Because nowadays people are just trying to too much shit. And it's you see, if I saw those injuries, I'm believing her. And you see where I'm coming from. Them injuries look crazy. You really think I'm going to think she's beating her up like that? With a hammer? Come on, dog. That's crazy. Personally, for me, listen, I'm happy. 8.5 years in jail, go eat that. But people need to stop chatting shit, man. Imagine the guy that she claimed that was doing this whole, that forcing her to do sex traffic, whatever she was saying, right? He asked her for a lighter, bro. She met the nigga once, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? Imagine if I asked a girl for a lighter and the next day I'm told that I fucking beat this chick up. I'm raping her. Obviously, she made rape claims as well. I'm raping her. I'm then taking her to like sex parties to bang niggas. Like, come on, bro. I'm using her as a prostitute. Like, come on, bro. Like, that shit's fucking wild, bro. Like, she basically ruined these niggas' lives, bro. Like, some of the niggas want to commit suicide because their lives were over, fam. For shit they didn't even do. I don't know, man. Listen, I can't even lie to you, fam. I think this whole situation is crazy. I want to have a full-on conversation with other women about this, so I don't really want to say too much now, but I will say this, bro. If you're a woman out there and you're looking for, can you see this, especially with like relationships, we're looking for revenge, or say, oh yeah, he's assaulting me, all that bullshit, keep that shit at home, man. Because I don't know. I understand what you want to cap. I really don't. I don't get it. I don't get what you get out of it. I don't get what you see in it. I think it's absolutely hideous. And you just look like a stupid little chick at the end of the day. It's so childish. So just keep your shit to yourself, man. Keep the energy over them side, bruh. We ain't care about it like that, bruh. But yeah, man, shout out to you, man. 8.5 years. Go enjoy that. Go eat that. We do not give a fuck. But anyway, this has been your boy Firahs. This is the Firahs podcast where I like to have a good chat with myself, apparently. Don't forget, we will be live on Twitch very, very soon. Abu Miller next week. We're greasy out here in the streets, man. Stay locked in, keep the vibes going. Hope you guys have a good week. And I will see you back here next week for more Firahs on the podcast. Feel me? And Fredo, man. Stop capping, man. We all know you like them big things, man. You know what I'm saying? We out.